This is the Mortensrud Church in Oslo.
Been wanting to see this for so long. Show me it. A simple timber bell tower.
Look at that steel canopy as well.
Gorgeous. So this was very much community-led, community-funded, and a lot of salvaged materials.
Community built. They built it.
Wait, are we inside yet? You can see straight through the church. The stonework is open.
There are two courtyards before you transition over, but look at this. Cafe at the entry.
Oh.
Framed view to the vegetation.
And that's the entryway as well. So I guess you can be waving to people as they arrive.
To the community.
This incredible vaulted cafe as well. So it's really quite simple on arrival, and then this is much more textured and warm. This is interesting too, isn't it? That there's two bits of clear glass and two bits of
translucent glass.
So that makes that feel like it's part of this space. But when you walk into the main chapel, you get the natural light, but it excludes it, and you just get this lovely splash of shadow. Isn't that gorgeous?
And you get to see this beautiful tree.
And the compression through here, and then suddenly,
ta-da!
Wow. And a rock for children to play on, like Sophia. That's very clever, I reckon. Like that you get all of that light, but it's actually more connected visually with the dining room.
And of course, what's famous are these stacked stone filtered light.
Oh. So the children get to play on that rock, and the priest actually has to climb this one. Even the vein of stone kind of leads you up to this position. Isn't that incredible? That's so thoughtful.
And they call it nature's cathedral.
Yeah. They're basically, it's almost like just a shed they've tried to loosely construct around the landscape.
Well, it is pretty shed-like. You look at the material on the roof.
Yeah, it's just post and beam. It's just galvanised. Oh, but it's perforated, so you can barely tell. But I guess that's to do
for the acoustics?
Yeah, the acoustics. The acoustics is pretty good, isn't it?
For the amount of concrete and stone.
Yeah. But of course, the stone's all porous. We were just in another church where they had lots of little gaps in the mortar, where this has quite big gaps.
And even the lighting's hung off the steel structure there. Unlike many other churches, the speaker is actually part of the design.
The stone itself is salvaged. It's leftovers from other projects. On this side, it's really randomly, at the outside, it's randomly stacked, but then they've tried to make it quite smooth on the inside.
Well, yeah, it is too. And they make really decisive, sharp cuts into the stone to make openings.
Like the stone, the steel as well has been salvaged, so it's had a previous life, and you can see how you've got two C-sections with just a welded plate through to get the extra load in there.
Oh, yes.
So there's a wonderful story of reclaiming and reusing.
Something simple about this main space being a cladded kind of shed in steel, but then all the other things are separate from it. There are gaps between. Over here there's the glass separation, and then over on the other side you have the vault.
On this side, really, your containment of the space is the tree line, isn't it?
Yeah.
So many of the other churches we've looked at are very introspective, and they deny you from the landscape, where this is all about looking out to the landscape, but also having the landscape internal as well.
For the kids to climb.
I'm assuming it's not sacrilegious to do this.
No, they said it's all for the kids to climb.
And I'm a child.
Yeah, you are a child.
This is great.
You can see the stone on the outside as well, through the glass. Great little side chapel as well, out of the brick. But also that translucent glass, really beautiful corner. Only bit of stained glass there.
In just some of the reclaimed steel. Check this out, Kev. The modern interpretation of the confessional. Instead of two closed cells, sort of intimidating, you sit next to each other There's something beautiful about this. Rather than it being confession, it encourages conversation. And if you're going through difficult things and you can't look at somebody in the eye, you can kind of orientate that way while you talk. There's something very thoughtful about this space.